Hello, Taurus. This is your love reading for the last week of April. So let's see what we have for you guys. Taurus, April. Okay. So the main card, the main issue for some of you Taurus, we have Four of Staff, participation. Your energy, it's Nine of Pentacles. The outside, Ten of Staff, repressing. What you need to do? Nine of Staff, exhaustion, and the Rebel. Okay. So, Taurus, for some of you guys. So the main issue, it's about co-creating something with the person that you're interested in. Sorry about the noise. Okay, this person that you're involved with, or that you're their energy, it's repression. It's like they're in turmoil. They're under a lot of mental pressure. They're being kind of tormented by their own thoughts, and they're not in a good place right now. You, this Nine of Pentacles, to me this is like, now is the time, and now is the time to where you finally not necessarily reaping the benefits, but more like detaching, letting go. Something is done, something like completed somehow. A cycle is completed, and now it's time for the next step for you. And now you're feeling like letting go. You're feeling like you want to detach from that, and you want to go to the next step. Like you don't want to be stuck where you were. You want to move forward. You want to let go of something. Detach. You're exhausted. The way you've dealt with things is like you reacted to things in a certain way, and you did it again and again and again, and nothing worked. Like you tried again and again, but nothing worked. But it's because you tried you reacted based upon a pattern, like a repetitive pattern. And if you're doing the wrong things, like you can do them again and again, it's not gonna fix things. You're just gonna come to the state of exhaustion. It's like repeating the same, let's say mistakes, but like in this case it's more like the way you are used to react and the way you are used to do things or to solve things. uh, you're now at your breaking point where you just want to let go and move on, and break free. Like there's this strong energy of breaking free. See this, the rebel, like you can't stand this situation anymore, you want to break free, break the chains and do your own thing, be reborn somehow. You want to change, you want to change completely. But what you need to realize, um, is that the main issue here is the way you react to things, because you cannot react in the same way. You cannot do the same thing again and again and expect a different result. You have to look into your patterns. You have to look into the way you respond to things, into the way you do things, and see where there may be a problem there in that. Uh, so sometimes it's not, you don't solve a situation just by flying away from it, moving away from it. You have to face, because you're going to repeat the same mistakes with other people. So it is about you. It is about you recognizing what is it that you're doing that is not beneficial. Um, what is it in your attitude that it is repetitive? Um, like you react, like to me, this card is like, see this man here working on a machine. It's like the routine of doing the same thing again and again. And you want to, reach a state, you want to go somewhere, but you're just doing the same thing, same old pattern, same old habit, same old belief, and you're just repeating that. And no matter how many times you do it, you're not going to get a different result. You're going to just bring yourself to exhaustion. Okay, so let me draw one more card just to make sure about what you need to do. Yeah, it's your mind. It's a confirmation. That yeah, it's your pattern, your mental pattern, or the way you see things, the way you think of things, the way you, it needs to be a shift on that. If you want, if you truly want to be like this rebel and break away from the chains, these chains better be your chains. Like you better break your own chains. You better break your own habitual patterns, and then you'll truly be free. Rather than just break away from someone, but then the next person you're gonna do the same thing again with them. So it's more about like, look where you're repeating some patterns, where you're repeating some, what attitudes you have that are, you're reacting the same again and again. You're dealing with the situation in the same way. Okay, let me draw a card now about your partner. What's their issue here? Your partner here see himself or herself faced with a choice. They're like put in a situation where they have to choose or they have to make a decision. So yeah, like they have their own issue, of course, but that's their problem. That's their. But the message here is for you and what you can do to better your situation. So in this case is try to see where you are repeating something. What is it in your habits or in your attitude that is that you're reacting the same way? You're having the same reaction. And see if there might be a problem there. See what needs to be changed in that way. And try to experiment with that. And to experiment with yourself and react differently to something, and then see how they react. Because it's like feedback. What you give, you get back. So how you act or react, it makes them react in a certain way, and then you react in a certain way. So if you want to change something, and for me this participation is like, it's like, you know what, it's both of you, it's not just him or her. You may tend to think that it's their issue, it's their problem, you want to break away from that because you think that if you break away from that, you're free, you have no problems. But it's from this card, it's like both. It's co-creating, you're both in it, you're both to blame somehow, you're both responsible. It's not just one person's responsibility, it's also yours. You're also making some mistakes that you don't necessarily see because you tend to put all the blame on them and see the way they react and the way they do things. But you don't look at yourself and the patterns that you're repeating, the way you're reacting. So take a look at this and experiment with this, and then see if something changes. Because as I said, like, you're influencing each other. You're so yeah, this is what I see. So it's like you need more introspection. Some of you guys need more introspection, and before, slamming the door and walking away and thinking that you're free, rather look inside and see, like, hey, maybe it is my fault also. And even if you leave this person, let's say that you leave them, what you're gonna do if you're going to repeat the same pattern in your next relationship. So you better, break the chains and break free from your own patterns and from your own mistakes. And it doesn't mean that this person doesn't have their flaws, but like in this, you need to not just see only their flaws. You need to see also the way you react to things. So yeah, this is it. Hope this makes sense for you guys, for whoever resonated with this. And if you didn't, it's okay, then maybe it wasn't for you. So I'll have a message for you maybe in my next video. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next. Bye bye.